Welcome back. All right, so I'm not even going to mess with the opening today. No. Now, I'm wearing a Flyers black ice jersey for this video because got to go with what I can get to. So I want to talk about John LeClair today. Now, there's one subscriber who has been asking for this video for months. And so now that we're into the off season, now that we're into the point where I've got, the time to do these career videos and plunk them in about once a day, let's talk about John LeClair. John LeClair is an interesting player in that you can make an argument for him as a Hall of Famer. You can also make the argument for him not being a Hall of Famer, and that's a question that you guys can let me know in the comment section below how you feel about his prospects for eventually making it to the Hall of Fame or not. So he's drafted by the Montreal Canadiens as the number 33 pick in 1987. But he decided he was going to go to university rather than go to the NHL, which back in the 80s was a lot less common than it is now. But the eventual the patience of the Montreal Canadiens fans and of John LeClair's would pay off. His first year, 1991, plays 10 games for Montreal. 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points. He had a goal in his first game. John LeClair, though, as a member of the Montreal Canadiens, not really an offensive focal point. 91-92, 59 games, 8 goals, 11 assists, 19 points. He is a good role player. I don't remember anybody saying he was going to be a 50-goal scorer. I don't remember a lot of, excitement around John LeClair at the time. 92-93, 72 games, 19 goals, so almost 20 goals, 25 assists, 44 points. In the playoffs, 20 games, 4 goals, 6 assists for 10 points, and a Stanley Cup. One thing about John LeClair and those Montreal Canadiens, clutch. A lot of overtime wins that year. Of course, Patrick Roy, a huge part of that as well. But John LeClair, getting a reputation as a hard worker and on a team that's got a lot of Stanley Cups, right? 93-94, 74 games, 19 goals, 24 assists, 43 points. The totals stay about the same, but they get knocked out in the first round. 7 games, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. That's unacceptable in Montreal. It's not allowed. So Montreal, 94-95, what is a lockout-shortened season. He plays 9 games, 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points, and he's traded to Philly. The pressure to be a playoff team in Montreal and to be a contender is too large. So they're going to make a big deal. February 9th, I should say, of 1995, they traded John LeClair with Eric Desjardins in exchange, and Gilbert Dion. They're not done giving up parts yet. And Gilbert Dion in exchange for Mark Recchi and a 1995 third-round pick. Mark Recchi, excellent hockey player. Hall of Fame hockey player. But this deal absolutely favors Philadelphia, and it's not close. Eric Desjardins, who's going to be a part of this team for around a decade. LeClair, a part of this team for around a decade. And as soon as he gets to Philadelphia, the light comes on. 37 games, 25 goals, 24 assists, 49 points. The 54 points in total are 9th in the entire National Hockey League. It is obvious right away Montreal has lost this trade. Plays 15 games in the playoffs, 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points. So for Montreal, that trade is a part of what leads to all the turmoil. Eventually Patrick Roy leaves. The team is kind of sort of a disaster. LeClair gets out just in time. So not a problem for John LeClair. And February 11th of 1995 is the first time we see the Legion of Doom together. They're not together a lot that season, not nearly as much as they would be the following season. So the following season, John LeClair on the left-hand side, Eric Lindros in the middle, Mikhail Renberg on the right-hand side. You form the Legion of Doom line. Renberg was the weaker link of the three, and eventually he gets sacrificed, but during that Legion of Doom time, it was a pretty fun time to be a Flyers fan. 81 games played in 95-96, 51 goals, which was 5th in the National Hockey League, 46 assists, 97 points. In the playoffs, 11 games, 6 goals, 5 assists, 11 points. He enjoys being a Flyer, that John LeClair. 96-97, plays 82 games, 50 goals, which is 3rd in the league, so back-to-back 50-goal seasons, 47 assists, 97 points. That year, 97 points nets you 4th overall in the NHL. In the playoffs, they run to the finals, where they get run over by Detroit. Detroit, kind of an ornery team at that point, tired of all the frustration they've had over the years, and they take it out on Philly in the finals. 19 games for LeClair that year in the playoffs, 9 goals, 12 assists, 21 points. The Legion of Doom line in that run to the Stanley Cup final, 26 goals and 32 assists between the three of them. 58 points for that line. It was hard to stop them. Detroit did it, but Detroit kind of a machine at the time. 97, 98, 82 games played, 51 goals, which is third in the NHL. 36 assists for 87 points. That 87 points was fifth, as we see goal scoring dropping around the National Hockey League. 5 games in the playoffs, 1 goal, 1 assist. So a setback for the Flyers after they made the Stanley Cup final in 97. 99, well, 76 games, 43 goals, which is fifth in the league. So again, goal scoring is coming down. 47 assists, 90 points. That 90 points is ninth. 6 games in the playoffs. He has 3 goals in said playoffs. 99-2000, they go on a bit of a run. So 82 games during the regular season, 40 goals, which is 7th overall, 37 assists for 77 points. In the playoffs, he plays 18 games, 6 goals, 7 assists, 13 points. And, you know, another nice long run for the Philadelphia Flyers and John LeClair. I did a video today on Stanley Cup awards and how early a team will get to the Stanley Cup and win it. The Flyers do reach the Stanley Cup final regularly. They do very well in the playoffs. Getting that championship has been elusive. 2000-2001, he only plays 16 games due to injury. 7 goals, 5 assists for 12 points. He plays 6 games in the playoffs, 1 goal, 2 assists for 3 points. 2001-2002, 82 games, 25 goals. So now the scoring is down. 26 assists, 51 points, and he's held off the score sheet in 5 games in the playoffs. So the Legion of Doom line had been torn apart after the 97 Stanley Cup final run with the idea that they were trading Renberg for Gratton. I still don't understand the Renberg for Chris Gratton deal. Eventually they would just trade them back, but damage was done. So the following season, he only plays 35 games in 02-03. 18 goals, though, in that 35 games. 10 assists, 28 points in the playoffs. 13 games, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. 2003-2004, in what would become his final season in Philadelphia. He's an alternate or associate captain. However you want to, again, it's an alternate. I've called it an alternate, associate, assistant. I know it's alternate captain. Fine. From 99-2000 through 2003-2004. He has an A on his chest. 75 games in 2003-2004. 23 goals, 32 assists, 55 points. He's paid a lot. His production's declining in the playoffs. 18 games, so they went on a long run in the playoffs. 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. So the 04-05 lockout wipes out a season, and coming out of the lockout, it directly impacts John LeClair. Because now you have a salary cap. Philadelphia has never had to worry about a salary cap. Philadelphia's been one of those teams throwing money at guys and paying them off and paying them handsomely. Some teams can do that. But in the inception of the salary cap, John LeClair is impacted. The Flyers buy him out. So he gets bought out by the Flyers, and who signs him? The Pittsburgh Penguins, the hated Pittsburgh Penguins. So 05-06, in a Pittsburgh jersey, I can't prove that it felt like it burned the first time he put it on, but hey, 73 games, 22 goals, 29 assists, 51 points. Not bad. The production is not bad. After a year off, and, not bad. 06-07, however, it falls off. 21 games, 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points, and on December 14th of 2006, the Pittsburgh Penguins release him. That would be the end of the career of John LeClair. Now, 96-97, his plus 44 leads the league overall. Some people don't like plus minus. I think you have to kind of look at it on a case-by-case basis. LeClair was a good defensive player as well as a really good offensive player. He's a first-team All-Star in 95 and 98. He's a second-team All-Star 96, 97, 99. So that's 5 times he's either named the best or second-best left winger in the National Hockey League. You can use that and say that is a reason why he belongs in the Hall of Fame. However, people will point out the left wing is usually weaker than the right wing in terms of overall star power at that position. And traditionally that has been the case, where left wingers, you don't see the amount of depth with scoring on the left side that you do on the right. And there's reasons for that. I'll probably get into that some other video. But again, that would be a reason people would use to say, well, yeah, LeClair was great, but is he Hall of Famer? Yeah. I will say this, 3 50-goal seasons in a row, 5 seasons in a row where he's had 40 goals or more. It's pretty hard to argue against it. Plus 94-95 where he had 25 goals in 37 games. If that's not a lockout shortened season, he would have had 6 seasons of 40 goals or more. Likely would have had 4 seasons in a row of 50 goals or more. The 819 points hurts him overall. The fact he doesn't reach 1,000 games. It's one of those not scoring enough points per game, not having enough games played necessarily for the Hall. But all of that changed when Cam Neely and Pavel Bure ended up making it to the Hall. And I think the argument can be made that John LeClair should be in there. But there are a lot of other players, too, that aren't in there. So that's the question I have is, John LeClair, who has a cup ring from 93 with Montreal, and I didn't see him as a passenger on that Montreal team in 93 either. A player who's part of the most famous line in the history of hockey, and one of his line mates is in the Hall, in Eric Lindros. Lindros, who also had a shortened career impacted by injuries. In this case, there's an injury in here and there's the wiped out season here. So he would have had a much longer career if not for lockout, injury, and then lockout. But can the argument be made for John LeClair to be in the Hall of Fame? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.